Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and these are 5 more tips for Tyranny combat. Try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. All the gameplay footage is taken out of the first 10 to 20 minutes of the game, so you shouldn't be spoiled at all. If you found this helpful, please leave a like, and if you have any tips or questions of your own, then please leave them in the comments. And now let's get to it. As you progress through the game, you'll pick up more and more companions. You might find it handy to actually give them a custom formation so that they arrive in battle in a formation that you can actually do something with. So if you want to give them a formation, select them and then click over here on the formations. And then there are a couple of custom formations like block and diamond formations that are fixed. There's also the line formation, but you also have 2 formations that you can do customly. So just drag and drop the characters that you need to the point where you need them. I suggest putting frontline fighters in the first row, healers in the second row so that they can reach everyone, and mages and archers in the back row. And ideally that will stop you from having your mages engaged when you stumble into battle. One of the tactical questions that you'll encounter again and again in Tyranny combat is if you should attack the heavy armored guys in the front or if you should attack the damage dealers in the back. And the answer is that depends. If your group composition is in a way that you can deal enough burst damage, a lot of damage in a short amount of time, then just take them out by laying as much damage on them as you can with focus fire. If you can't do that, then send your tank to engage them so they don't run rampant among your archers and your mages. And if you can't do that either, then just use your crowd control abilities to take them out of the fight. Stun them, daze them, knock them prone, whatever it is that you have in your arsenal. We don't have a lot of crowd control abilities here. We only have the Blood-Soaked Stone combat ability. So what we're going to try to do in this fight, since both my guys are damage dealers, we're going to try to lay as much damage on the heavy guy as possible with Verse and with my own character. Trying to do this. We're gonna go to slow mode here.
I got it.
You see that both of them are hitting now, and now we're going to skewer him. He's burning, so that's good. Let's hope that he burns for as long as possible. And now we're gonna switch to melee to use our melee abilities and lay on the damage even more. You can see that he's nice and out of the fight. Verse is skewering him, and now I'm gonna sunder him. And then he's out. And then we are basically through the front line and can deal with the guys in the back. That is what you do when you have the damage capability to focus fire one of these guys. Now if you don't have the damage dealing capabilities in your group to take down the frontline fighter very quickly, then you just use your own frontline fighter to bind them in an engagement and basically take them out of the fight, stop them from attacking your own damage dealers. We're going to go for a nice little shield slam over here with our frontline fighter that will daze them for 20 seconds if we can pull it off, which is very good. And we're going to take our own damage dealer, Worst, over here and shoot an arrow onto the enemy damage dealer in the back. We're just going to go for slow mode over here. And she's still not doing what I told her to do for reasons best known to herself. Do that, come on. And I'm gonna leave the combat AI off because I wanna tell them exactly what to do and when to do it. So let's just go for it. We're shooting on that damage dealer. He's dazed now, which is great. He's basically out of the battle, and because these guys are right next to each other, because that damage dealer decided to attack in melee, we are going to take her out as fast as possible. Verse is done with shooting her her fire arrow, so we're going to switch to a melee weapon to take her out even more quickly. Okay, that damage dealer is basically out. We're just going to go for one more attack here, depending on who actually gets it off quicker. Okay, she's dead. And we got Verse over here. And what we want to do in this situation, because that fighter is basically busy with our own tank. We're going to try to heal our own tank with that ability that you gain during the conquest. Warrior's Respite, increasing or regenerating our health. We'll go for that one as soon as we're done hitting. And we will take Verse, switch her weapons, and basically try to engage the guy in the back to stop him from doing any ranged attacks. That would be good. Okay, now he's engaged in melee. He can't just run away, and will take more damage because these range guys normally don't have the defense for that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why she disengaged, even though she was still in range. That's pretty bad. Well, what can you do? You're just waiting for the abilities to come back up. We will be able to do the shield bash soonish, but let's go for the thrust over here, the normal thrust ability right now.
This is useless. I should try something else.
We have her, our frontline fighter. Let's try to daze that guy one more time. You see that she's now regenerating her health, which is good, and we'll be able to skewer the guy in the back and hopefully get rid of him. Okay, he's down, and now our frontline fighter is still busy hurting that guy, so we're going to use our fire arrow on this guy on point blank range, which is working because we're not engaged. Okay, he should be burning now, and then we're going to use the combo ability of these two to basically take him out. While he's burning, he can't do any damage.
Good work.
And he's nearly out now. Let's go for the piking ability again. And just go for more attacks with Verse.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
And he's down. That's how you do it if you have an actual tank that can engage the enemy frontline fighter. Learning proper crowd control techniques and using them to your advantage can make the difference between an easy and a very difficult fight. Crowd control abilities are all abilities that change the status of enemies to stop them from attacking. Stunning them, making them prone, knocking them back, dazing them, whatever you have. And there are lots and lots of abilities, so don't just look at the damage that spells and abilities do, but also look at what you can do with them to change a fight into, to your advantage. For example, in this fight, we do have a couple of abilities that can help us over here. We have Searing Palm, which is going to give the enemy Mage Fire Affliction. And you can see that each of these enemies does have a magic defense. This guy has a very high magic defense, so we don't really necessarily want to go after her. This guy as well. And this guy has a very low magic defense. So using magic against him is a very good idea to take him out of the fight. You can see that his magic defense is only 7. Very, very low. So what we want to do here, we're just going to go to slow over here. And we're going to use the magic fighter against that frontline fighter to basically take him out. Whilst with Verse, we're going to try to do the same with one of the guys in the back. Ideally, that one. So she's burning, and he has the Mage Fire, which should make him burn as well. He's still engaging Verse, but if we don't want that, we can just push him away with our charged fist. That pushes enemies 8 meters away, and an enemy that is away from us will not be attacking. Watch what happens. So he's gone, he's been pushed back, and now we can use Verse's skewer ability to go after the damage dealer in the back that's been burning.
You got it.
Whilst I don't want to engage with my mage here. That's the combat AI for you. And then this frozen affliction slows down enemies, so we definitely want that on Tarkus Deimos over there in the back. Let's just hope that he doesn't get engaged. Well, he's been engaged, but it's fine. So that damage dealer is down now. Tarkus Deimos is frozen. And frozen guys have less armor and 70% reduced movement speed, which is pretty nice. So now we're going to engage that guy with Versus and my character's combo ability that also knocks enemies prone to then follow up with a bleeding attack. Another crowd control ability. When they are prone, they lie on the floor and can't do much. So that's what we're going to do now. Knock this guy off his feet. And now his attack is basically gone. He doesn't have much of a chance for attacking now. And that's basically how you use crowd control abilities. Move and push and knock your enemies off their feet as much as possible to change the battle to your advantage. When using the combo ability that you get for each of your companions, keep in mind that both your player character and your companion have to recover fully before they can use it. Look what happens here if I try to use the Blood-Soaked Stone ability with Verse. Verse is nearly done for her cooldown. Watch her move up to the guy and then wait for my player character until he's recovered as well. This could have been used to get an attack in on this guy, like for example the Skewer, and take him out instead of waiting for my player character to recover as well. So keep that in mind when you're using combo abilities. They are powerful, but they take 2 of your people to actually execute. One of the things that can make your combat experience way less stressful is actually fine-tuning the auto pause options. The game comes with a lot of them, and I'm just going to show you the settings that I use to make my life as chill as possible. I have auto pause on character death. You definitely want to see when that is happening. Combat start is a no-brainer. Enemy spotted as well, although you might want to deactivate that if you are going for a lot of stealth. Then low health, so that you never miss one of your companions or yourself going down to low health, and heal when it's necessary. And then also party member finishes ability. So if you don't tend to queue up a lot of commands with the shift key, then you can use this one to always be notified and queue up those abilities as fast as possible. Hooray! You made it to the end of the video. If you found any of these tips helpful, please leave a like so that this video can show up in search rankings and help more people. If you want more Tyranny tips, click the link in the description for the Tyranny tips playlist. And if you want to see me play Tyranny in full, then click the link for my Tyranny Let's Play playlist. If you have any tips of your own, if you have questions, anything that you want to tell me, please leave it in the comments, and I hope I see you in one of my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.